fourth grade mathematicians, welcome to Math with Mrs. Reed. Today we're going to be doing our study guide review. I'm Miss Reed. I'll be your host. Before we begin, every Monday in math we're going to have a mystery item. I want you to take a close look. I know it's blurry. I want you to think about what this mystery item might be. It used to sell for $1. It was invented by Richard James in 1943. It quickly became a bestseller. And Richard James was actually a mechanical engineer in the U.S. Navy. Think about what this mystery item might be. Now let's reveal. It's a Slinky. If you thought it was a Slinky and you said Slinky out loud, give yourself a house point. Tell your teacher tomorrow that you earned one. All right, let's get down to the business of our review. You should have your study guide out beside you right now. We ask that you completed it. If you didn't complete it, you're going to pause your video when we go to answer these. So let's look over the rules with our referee up here. You must pause the video when you're asked in order to work out the problem before hearing the answer. You actually want to do your own work because Tuesday is the test, so it wouldn't make sense to hear all the answers and not know what you're doing. For every correct answer, you're going to be rewarded 1 house point, but you have to keep track of your points. Honesty matters. You will report these points to your teacher tomorrow at your Google Meet. If there is something you still do not understand after the review, you must contact your teacher through Google Classroom or email to schedule a Google Meet with her so she can help you understand the math before the test tomorrow. It is okay to not know something. It is not okay to not know something and not reach out for help. We are here to help you. Reach out to that teacher. Let's look at problem 1 on your study guide. It should look like this. It said, draw an area model to solve the following. Find the value of the following expression, 40 times 50. So right now, if you haven't done this problem, I want you to pause the video. For those of you who have, let's figure out the answer. Remember, this is worth a house point. It says area model, and anytime it says area model, I always tell my students, draw a rectangle every time. I'm going to do my 40 over here because this side looks shorter, my 50 over here. And now I'm going to multiply these because we know that area is length times width. So I have a little thing I tell my students, it's the 0 rule, and we say, get back 0. So in this case, you're going to tell these zeros to get back, which means you're going to ignore them. So if you ignore the zeros right now, you're only looking at 5 times 4. What is 5 times 4? Well, Miss Reed, it is 20. And now, since you were so rude to those zeros, you have to say, sorry, 0, and ask them to come back. So we're going to count the zeros that we were rude to. We were rude to 2 zeros. We put them on the end. We count over 3, and our answer is 2,000. If you also got 2,000, then right now you would give yourself a house point. All right, let's move on to the next one. Here comes our magic trick. Bloop. All right, problem 2. Remember, if you didn't do this yet, you need to pause the video. This one also asked for an area model. We know that area model is that length times width. And I tell my kids every time you hear area model, there is your rectangle. All right. Now, let's take a look at this one. This number doesn't deal with tens. This number is 459 times 3. So I like to explain something that I call the king and queen rule. I always take my smallest number over here, and I make it what I call the peasant. It goes on the side over here. And the peasant is walking through the kingdom, and he's going to visit people in the kingdom because he needs some money. He's asking for help, right? Coins. So I'm going to take this number right here, and I'm going to put it in expanded form so I can find out who my king, my queen, and my princess are. So I start out with this number. It's a 4. It has 2 places behind it, so I know the value of that 4 is 400. I'm going to write my 400 here. 400 is my king, Mr. 400. He's super important. He has the most. All right, now I'm going to go over to my 5 here, and I'm looking at that. 1 place behind it, 1 0. That is 50. Queen 50. She goes right there. I'm going over to my 1's place here. I have a 9. The princess is a 9. You might ask where the prince is. The prince will show up if we get to the 10,000s. He's not here today. The only people we have in the kingdom, let me give him a little crown. King, 400. Queen, 50. Princess, 9. The peasant goes walking to visit all of the members of the kingdom. The peasant 3 goes to the king and says, please help me. And the king says, I will give you 400 times what you have. So we're essentially doing 400 times 3. I know that when I do 400 times 3, I can say get back zeros, and I ignore those 2 zeros. When I tell the zeros to get back, now I'm just looking at 3 times 4. 3, 6, 9, 12. 12, I put it up there. Now I have to apologize to my zeros. Sorry, zeros. 1, 2 zeros, I put them back on. All right, but the peasant keeps walking through the kingdom, and guess who he's visiting next? He's visiting Queen 50. So peasant 3 goes walking. Queen, help me out, please. I need more. I need more coins. I have a family. And the queen says, oh, peasant, I will give you 50 times what I have. So the 3 goes walking. 50 times 3. Oh, there's a 0. What can we say? Say it with me. Get back, 0. So we're only looking at 5 times 3. 5, 10, 15. I put 15 in the front of that. Now I've been rude. I need to apologize. Sorry, 0. We bring our 0 back. 3 keeps going because guess what? Guess who the last door in the kingdom is right now? The princess. The princess 9 tells the 3, I'll give you 9 times what you have. And we know that 9 times 3 is, can't hear you. If you don't know what 9 times 3 is, you can use the 9 trick. It's when you put your fingers up. We're doing 9 times 3. This only works with 9s. So I can go over 1, 2, 3. I can push that finger down, and I have 2 on this side, and I have 7 on this side, so 27. I have 27 over here. Now the peasant has walked. He's collected from all of these. He doesn't know how much he has. It's too much in that bag. He needs us to stack our totals so we can add them for him. So I'm going to stack over here, making sure I pay attention to place value. You see, I didn't put the 150 over here because it doesn't go in the thousands place, right? It's 100, so it stays in the hundreds column. And a 27 here, I add them all together. 7, 7, 3, 1. 1,377. Everybody good with me so far? If you got that as your answer, give yourself a house point. All right, magic trick time. Bling. Moving to the next one. We're on problem 3. This says use any place value strategy to multiply, and I've taught my children in my class 2 ways. The one way was the king and queen, which is the area model, and the other way is laser tag, also known as standard algorithm. So when I see a multiplication problem like this, I need to stack it because my brain just doesn't work like that. I need to see it like this to really work it out. So this is called standard algorithm, but I call it laser tag because if you've ever played laser tag, it's fun to make that little pew pew laser sound. So we are going to be 4. That's our name in the laser tag game. We go into the laser tag arena. Our name is 4. We're going to hit others with our lasers, and the first person we look for with our laser tag is the 8 because the 8 is in the ones place. So 4 goes searching for the 8. Everyone say it with me. Choom, 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 choom. Laser goes to the 8. 8 times 4, right? So we can skip count by 8 if we don't know that. 8, 16, 24. What comes next? 32. Look, 4 fingers, 4 groups of 8, 32. Now I can't write my 32 down here because I know this is the ones place. So what was in the ones column in the number 32? The 2 is. 3 goes in the tens, so it goes over here, right? I found 8 and got him, so I can cross him off. Now 4, who is us in the laser tag game, has to go looking for the 6, but look at this up here. I tell my kids that's a bonus point, and after 4 finds 6 and they multiply, we can add those bonus points in laser tag on. So 4 goes, looking, find 6. Everyone know with me? Choom, 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 choom. 6 times 4, 6, 12, 18, 24. Am I finished? Should I put 24 up there? I can't hear you. No, because I have bonus points I have to add on. 6 times 4 was 24. Now I add my 3, 25, 26, 27. Put my 27 down. 272. If you got that answer, give yourself a house point. Well done, well done. Hopefully you're doing pretty successful. This is called standard algorithm, also known as what, friends? What do I call it? Laser tag. All right, that's a way to multiply. You may have done that with the area model and come up with the same answer, and if you did, that's perfectly fine. Give yourself that point. All right, let's look at this. 3 times 371, again, it says use a place value strategy to multiply. So you could be doing this right now. You could be going, Miss Reed, I love the king and queen. So I have 371 and a 1 and a 3 on the outside. Or you could be like, I'm a laser tag fan, and you could have 371 times 3. Either way, it doesn't matter. You choose what works for your brain. All of our brains work differently. Whichever of these help you the best, you use it. I'm going to go ahead and work this one out here since I already did a few area model ones. Doing the laser tag, we are now named 3 in the laser tag game. 3 searches for the 1. Shoom, shoom. 3 times 1 is 3. Done with the 3. I have to go searching for my other characters in the game. Mr. 3 goes looking for Mr. 7. 3 times 7, 21. 1 goes down, 2 goes up. Why did the 2 go up? Because if I have a 21 in the tens place, it's like 210, right? I can't put 2 numbers in one column. I regroup it. It now turned into bonus points in my hundreds column. So the 3 goes searching for the 3. 3 times 3 is 9, plus the 2, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to put my 11 down. I'm going to count 3 over, put my comma. If you did it this way, you should come up with the same thing. If you didn't, it's probably because when you stacked, it looked a little different. Get back. I'm going to do this one quick. There's your 900. Get back 0, 21, put your 0. 3 times 1 is 3. When we stack and add them, it should look, your paper should look something like this. And yes, you should always be working out. See, comes up the same both ways. 1,113. Give yourself a house point if you got that. I forgot the magic trick. Let's get rid of this before this cat over here gets upset. I keep standing in the way of the funny pictures. I apologize. All right, 6 times 1,408. So if you are an area model junkie and you love that, then you would set up your king and queen. And friends, guess who comes to the party now? The prince. So you would start there and you would say that 1 stands for 1,000. That's the value. Boom. That 4, the value is 400. That 0 is 0. We can just skip it all together. And then the 8, there's your prince there. Put them on. Put the 6 on the outside. The peasant goes walking. If you are not a fan of area model and that looks like a hot mess to you and your brain can't understand that, that's okay. You prefer laser tag, also known as, you got it, standard algorithm, right? So your lasers go shooting, but I'm going to walk this peasant real quick and then I'll do this one. Here we go. Get back zeros. 6 times 1 is 6. 3 zeros on the end. 6 times 4. Maybe I'll change the color. That way they don't run together. 24. 2 zeros on the end. 6 walks over here to the 8. 6 times 8. 48. What do I do with those numbers? I'm going to have to stack and add them. Let's go over here. 6 times 8. 48. 8 goes down. 4 goes up. Bonus points, right? Done with the 8. We're 6 in laser tag. Oh, I forgot the laser sounds. 6 goes looking, shoots the 0. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Anything times 0 is 0. If I tell you I'm going to give you 6 Skittles 0 times, I'm giving you nothing, right? So 6 times 0 is 0. Add the 4 because we get our bonus points, so we get something out of it. It is 4. Done with that. The 6 goes searching for the 4. 6 times 4, 24. 4 goes down, 2 goes up. 6 goes searching up. Zoom, zoom. 6 times 1, 6, plus the 2 bonus points. We get 8. Let's stack these bad boys and see if we get the same thing. So over here we have 6,000. We have 2,400. We have 48. Let's add and see. 8, 4, 4, 8. Boom, look at that. Either way, 8,448. If you got that, give yourself a house point. Let's do the magic trick. If you are going through this with me and you're like, I don't understand this, I'm not getting this, you can rewind, you can watch it again. You can also contact your teacher in a little bit and be like, I didn't understand. I watched Miss Reed. I still don't get it. Your teacher would love to hear from you so they can help you. All right. Moving on. Ooh, this is a big one. 7,063. Guess what, guys? We can do it the same way. You can set up your area model, which I always say is your rectangle, right? The value of the 7, 7,000. 0, we can skip that. Value of the 6, 63. It's just expanded form. That's all it is. King, queen, and, oh, sorry, there is no queen. My bad. King, princess, prince. The queen has stepped out of the castle for a little while. Put a 6 over there. They go walking. Same thing. We can set it up over here like this with our laser tag, otherwise known as standard algorithm. Just like this, right? All right, let's come back over here. 6 goes walking. Get back, 0. Kind of feels good to be rude sometimes. So we have 42, just to zeros, not to people. So, sorry, zeros. There's 3 of them. We pull them back. 6 goes walking. 6 times 6 is 36. Sorry, 0. 6 times 3 is 18. Now what do I do with these numbers? That's right. I stack them. Well done. So when I stack them, I have to pay close attention to place value to make sure they're lined up. Because if I write 360 right here, that's a hot mess. Because I put it out, look at that, in the 10,000s place. We do not want that. It has to line up in its place value. So it would go here because it's 300. That's the hundreds column. Stack and add. We'll see if we come up with the same thing as soon as we try out laser tag. We are number 6. We're looking for the 3. 18. 8 goes down. 1 goes up. Done with the 3. 6 is now searching for the 6. 6 times 6. Say it, say it, say it. Yes, 36. No, I don't write it down there because we have a bonus point. 36 plus 1 is 37. Boom. I'm going to group that 3. 6 times 0. You're right, 0. Add your bonus point, 3. 6 times 7, 42. And I go ahead and write the whole 42 down here because I don't have another column to regroup it to. Put my comma in, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's see if we got the same thing over here. I hope so, right? Or else I'm going to be sweating and trying to fix this. Let's see. 8, 7, 3, 2, 4. When we add down our rows, 42,378. Thank you, folks. I'll be here all day. Check your answers. See if you also got that. If you did, you get, yes, another house point. Here we go. How are you doing in this house point game? Are you finding that you're getting a lot of points? Are you utterly confused and finding that, oh my gosh, I'm going to need to reach out to my teacher in a little bit? Either way, it's okay. We're here to help. And on the other hand, yay for you. All right, here we go. Problem 7. Everyone take a deep breath. I realize this is a word problem. We can do this together, people. We've got this. This is worth 2 house points because it's more than one step. So I thought I would give you a little more value to your problem. Let's talk about a movie theater. I miss the movie theater. I don't know if you guys have been in a while, but I do miss it. A movie theater has 2 rooms. Okay, so it's a small theater. Room A has 8 rows of seats with 16 seats in each row. Room B has 3 times as many seats as room A. Find how many seats are in room B. How many seats are there in both rooms? Okay, so anytime we attack a word problem in my class, and now you're in my class for math, welcome, you're welcome, you can thank me later. We do something called UPS check. So the U stands for understand. The P stands for plan. The S stands for solve. And the check stands for, that's a really hot mess check. The check stands for, is it reasonable or does it make sense? So let's walk through that. Ready? It's a method you can use every time. All right, so to understand, I always go and I look for the question in the problem. So I usually find it near the end. And it says, how many seats are there in both rooms? It also says, find how many seats in room B. So I know eventually I want to get to this. This is my final question. How many seats are in both the rooms? So room A and room B together. In both. When it says in both, I'm thinking plus. So I'm going to put a little note there to add at the end. Okay? But first, I'm going to go back because what do I have to know? If I want to know how many seats are in both rooms, don't I need to know how many seats are in each room? So I'm going to look back to see if they told me about room A and room B. Room A, 8 rows of seats with 16 seats. Boom. They didn't really help me out, did they? I'm going to have to solve to find out room A. Let's find out about room B. What else in the notes? Room B has 3 times as many seats as room A. Holy guacamole, this is going to be kind of long, right? 3 times. So I'm going to put the number 3 and a times sign to remind myself that that's what those mean. 3 times as many seats as room A. I can't figure out room B until I figure out room A because it's 3 times as many as room A. So let's start there with A. Room A has 8 rows of seats with 16 seats. Thinking about a movie theater, drawing myself a little picture. This is my planning. All right, I got a little bit. Wait a minute. What does that look like? Area model, perhaps? I know if I have 8 rows of seats with 16 seats, I have 16 seats 8 times, right? 8 times 16. I can set up my area model. 8 times 16. I can do that. I could set that up like 16 times 8 like this. And if I want to tweak my area model, which I'm going to need to, because if I'm doing this, I'm going to do it in expanded form. I'm going to take 16 and put a 10 and a 6, right? Let's try that out. All right. 8 times 1, because we said get back 0, is 8. Bring our 0 back. 8 times 6 is 48. All I have to do is add those. 8 plus 48. I get 128. You with me so far? So what did I just find out? What did I just solve for? I just did 8 times 16. 8 rows of seats with 16. Room A. I solved for room A. So I like to label my thinking because it turns into a hot mess if I don't. Room A has 128 seats. You with me so far? Okay. Hey, if I found out room A, now look, room A is in this problem. This is 128, right? And it said room B has 3 times, so I gave myself a 3 times sign, as many seats as room A. And I now know room A is 128. So what problem am I going to do? That's right, 3 times 128. So I'm going to go over here, and I need 3 times 128. So I'm either going to write it like this, or could I even set it up like area model? Could I do this? 128 times 3? Yes, it's however your brain works, right? If the 3 went walking, that would be 360, 24, and then you can add those, stack and add, okay? I'm going to work it out laser tag real quick, throw a bone out to my laser tag fans. Here we go, we're 3. 3 times 8, zoom, 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 24. 4 goes down, we group the 2, down with the 8. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 3 times 1 is 3. Boom, 384. What does that stand for? What did I just figure out? I took 128 times 3. Room B has 3 times as many seats as room A. I solved for room B. Let's label that. Room B. Always with the labeling. Now I know what I'm talking about. All right. Find how many seats are in room B. Done. Check that off the list. Ba-bing. Right there. Next, how many seats are there in both rooms? Well, let's look back at our notes here. This is room A, is 128. Room B is 384. It says both, and I made myself a little note there to add, right? So I'm going to add them. All right, let's take our 384 and our 128, and then let's add them. 8 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 goes down, 1 goes up. 8 plus 1 is 9, 10, 11. 1 goes down, 1 goes up. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 512. 512 what? If it starts with words, it should end with words. What are they asking us? How many seats are there in both rooms? So the unit we're talking about is seats. So there are 512 seats. If you would like to be super thorough and put in both rooms, you go and do that, right? All right, let's check. Does that make sense? If I rounded this, it would round to 400. This would round to 100. 400 plus 100 is 500. That makes pretty good sense. I added room A and B. I found them out both first, and it wanted to know how many were in both rooms, so this makes sense to me. 512 seats. If you got it, give yourself 2 house points and pat yourself on the back. Well done. All right, here comes the magic. Ready? This is a big space. I wonder if I can get it all with this. Let's find out. We're about to find out. Yeah! I'm awesome. It's the small things now, guys. All right. Ready? Problem 8. This is also worth 2 house points. Stick with me. We're near the end. I know I talk fast, but the beautiful thing about this is you can stop. You can rewind. You can do all that, right? You can pause me for a minute and take a snack break. All right. Let's look at this. It's a lot of words. Everyone say, oh, man. But we've got this, Lions. We can do this. Here we go. We are going to use our UPS. We're going to understand what they're asking us. We're going to plan. We're going to solve. We're going to check. Boom. The high school art teacher has 7 cases of crayons with 32 boxes in each case. Sounds like a lot of crayons to me. The elementary school art teacher has, oh man, I missed that, sorry. The elementary school art teacher has 4 cases of crayons with 104 boxes in each case. How many total boxes of crayons do both teachers have? Ooh, it says, draw a picture before you solve. Is your answer reasonable? Okay, so UPS, understand, I go back and I find the question. It says, I'm going to put a square around it. How many total boxes of crayons do both teachers have? And when it says total, what are you thinking? What operation are you thinking when it says total? You thinking plus? Because I am. All right, so in the end, I'm going to add something, but first I have to figure out what. So we have a high school teacher, an elementary teacher, right? So if I have to find out the total boxes that both teachers have, what do I need to start with? What do I need to know? Do I even know how many one has? Do I know how many that the high school art teacher has? Do I know how many the elementary teacher has? No. This is a multi-step word problem. I'm going to have to figure that out, right? I'm going back up here to the high school art teacher, and she has 7 cases. Oh, hot mess, Miss Reed. 7 cases of 32 boxes. 7 cases of 32 boxes. So I'm going to draw a case over here. Oh my gosh, Miss Reed, quit it. The case looks like what? An area model, right? I have 7 cases. That would mean I would get like 7 across. And there would be 32 in each one. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take 30 and 2. And I'm going to multiply this. 32 times 7, right? So get back 0. 7 times 3 is 21. Put my 0 down. 7 comes across to the queen. 7 times 2 is 14. Let's stack that. 2, 10, 14. Let's add that. 224 crayons. Yeah, that's a lot of crayons for a high school art teacher. I didn't realize they used crayons in art in high school. Maybe. I don't know. All right. So I need to label this, because I'm not going to know what this is talking about after my brain used up all my brain power in the next part. High school. This is high school crayons. So I'm going to put that on here. High school crayons. That's how many she has. All right, let's look at the next part. We need to find out the elementary school teacher. I wonder if she has more because it's elementary. Let's see. She has 4 cases with 104 boxes. Draw a picture. Okay. I'm going to go with this for the win. And I'm going to put on the outside my peasant 4. This is 104, right? We know we multiply it because if I have 4 rows of it and there's 104 in each one, that means times. 4 times 104. So I'm going to put my 1 that stands for 100, and I'm going to put my 4 over here. The 4 is going to go walking. 4 times 1 is 4. I did my get back zeros. Now I apologize. Sorry, 0. 400. The 4 comes over here. 4 times 4 is 16. And you may be like, oh, I already know what that is stacked. Let's just do it for sake of consistency, right? 416, not to be confused with this little 4 over here. All right, 416. What does that stand for? Oh, that's your elementary. I'm going to put in elementary school crayons, right? So now we have high school crayons, the high school teacher. We have the elementary crayons. Am I finished? Good job, 4th graders. Have not completed it because it says how many total boxes. So you know that I need to add my elementary, who ended up, by the way, having more than high school, to my high school. Let's try that out. 6 times 4 is 10. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 640. 640 what? If it starts with words, it needs to end with words. What are they talking about? How many total boxes of crayons? Oh, we're talking about crayons, the units. So I'm going to put crayons on the end of that. Whew, sweating now. How about you? That was some serious math there, friends. Serious. Take a look at that. Pause it if you need to. Figure out if it went well, if it didn't, what you need to do to figure that out. Look at all this work I did up here. I really have to break down these word problems. Do not be scared to underline, circle, put little signs, leave yourself notes up there. You have to break that down, guys. You have to understand that problem. Let's check and see if it makes sense, right? If I rounded this, it would be 400. This would be 200. It would be somewhere around 600, which my answer came out. And I know that I added a high school art teacher's crayons to an elementary. And up here it said both teachers. So that makes sense to me. All right, here we go. Let's do the magic trick. Boom. I think I really did get it that time. All right. You guys have been amazing. You need to total up your house points. You had a chance to win 10 possible house points. If you earned 8 or less house points, I want you to go back and look at your work. I want you to think about, where did it go wrong? Do you know, or are you unsure of what went wrong? If you missed a few and you don't know why, I want you to reach out to your teacher through email or Google Classroom. She's going to be glad to hear from you, and she's going to want to work with you. Because don't forget, there's a test tomorrow. You worked hard, you collected those house points. Make sure you tell your teachers in your Google Meet what your house points were. I'm so proud of you, Lions. Reach out if you need help. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for Tuesday Math with Miss Reed.